Hey everybody, welcome to Ref Time, powered by RTS and produced by Coraggio Media. I'm Tanya.
And I'm Crane. We'll be covering rules, plays, points of emphasis, and all things official. Here we go with another segment of Ref Time. Our guest in the studio today is the great Dave Stratton. Mr.
Welcome,
Stratton,
Dave.
how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yes, you are.
I sure am.
You said you're on this side of 88, right?
He said, what did you say, 88? Is that what he said?
Double eight.
Double eight.
When did you turn 88?
September 24th.
Oh, so you just had a birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
I would sing for you, but you're not paying me, so.
No, that's okay.
I'm a ref. I got to get
notes.
paid.
You got notes?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shoot. You got notes. You taking notes on me? On us?
Oh, see, you might need your glasses
I might have to put
now.
my glasses on. You never know.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Well, no.
Well-
Yes. What am I doing?
Matter of fact, I'm probably going to have to grab mine. I forgot to grab mine, too.
Oh,
so.
no.
Okay.
Oh.
This isn't very long.
What's that?
Do you know any of them people?
I know Dave Gentili, Phil Tush, Clark Hamilton, Jay Larman, and Dave Venderly. I don't know.
Who was the first one?
That's Phyllis.
Phyllis.
I don't know her last name.
Oh.
She gave me my first, when I first started to referee,
Uh-huh.
I sent out letters, what Clark said we should do.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the only one that wrote back.
Was she an athletic director then?
Yeah, she was the
okay.
athletic director at Belmont.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's what
So now, Clark, did Clark help train you?
Yes, he did.
Wow,
Yes.
because he helped train us.
Yeah, he trained us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, he trained me over off of State Street. The old.
Oh, the
Parks and Rec?
Yes, that little.
But that gymnasium that was over there.
Yeah, that was a gymnasium. over
Right.
there.
Yeah, that gymnasium. Is it still there?
I
think
the
they told-
building's still
The
there.
building's still, so
Yeah,
the
yeah,
gymnasium's probably still inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we used to play pickup games over there. And
Yeah.
when he trained me, he never trained me inside of there, but he trained me at the Parks and Rec building that's located on that property.
He
'Cause it's
had
the
us
gym,
at
but
Anthus.
Okay, so he's done it all over the place.
The old Anthus, though, not the
Right,
not
down,
the new one.
yeah,
Yeah.
down on right next to the post office, across the street from the post office.
No, I think that's the new one.
Oh,
Isn't that the new Anthus? The old Anthus was I can't remember.
where there's only been one Anthus building.
I take it back. That's where it was.
The Anthus building?
I'm thinking of the where they do the auto shop.
Oh,
That part of
because he used to
yeah.
have the meetings, the association
Yes.
meetings in the Anthus
in
building.
Anthus. Yeah.
So, Dave, how long have you been officiating? When did you first get into it? What year?
I didn't start till I was 55.
Till you were
So
55.
33 years ago.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, 33. But I quit in 85. Or when I was 85.
Okay.
So your first.
I did 30.
So you've
Excuse me.
done
I did
30
years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 30 years from now. So
No,
be-
it'd be 33
Oh,
years ago because he
33
stopped
years
3
ago.
years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
you just stopped 3 years ago.
Yep.
What sport? What sport?
Volleyball. I couldn't keep up with them. They
Yeah,
were.
they have gotten faster.
Yes, they
Yeah.
got faster, and I knew it was time to quit.
You just quit volleyball,
Mm-hmm.
and you thought they were getting too fast for you.
Mm-hmm.
What the eyes?
My eyes, yeah.
Couldn't keep up with it?
Yeah, I couldn't keep up with it.
And that's a good point, because when it comes to officiating volleyball, a lot of folks don't realize our eyes get a serious workout.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure,
I mean,
yeah.
watching in your head. That's one thing. Being up on the ladder and I'm doing volleyball. After if you're doing a tournament all day long and you're turning like this, after a while I start getting a crook in my neck, and I have to kind of do that because you're just doing this all day long, and then sometimes the ball is shooting and you're doing a double take, and I don't get dizzy. I'm
You're
not
making the people dizzy, though.
I think one of the last times that I just did
Junior high.
JV and junior high.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it was on my 70th birthday. I was up in Columbia City
Mm-hmm.
and doing a 7th and 8th grade thing,
Mm-hmm.
and had a birthday party for me, my 70th birthday. It was supposed to be a surprise.
Okay.
I wound up in the hospital.
Oh,
I started getting pains, excuse me, chest pains and whatever. It didn't last long. I
you were
wasn't
too
there.
excited from your birthday party, huh? The surprise.
I went for an hour, and then I think I had Leslie take me home.
Oh.
That was basketball, wasn't it?
No,
That's bad.
no, it was volleyball.
Okay.
So tell me then, Dave, how did you get started in officiating? What got you interested?
I just wanted to make a little extra money, and
Okay.
it was a little money because then it wasn't that high.
Were they
It's
paying
like
$10?
10, 15, 20.
A game.
20 maybe for high school.
Okay.
That's all right. We still complain that they're not giving us enough. so.
Well,
It'll
I'm
never
sure,
be
I'm
enough.
sure. Oh, no, I know. I'm sure. But yeah, and I did basketball up until 2010.
Okay.
Then I had both my knees done, and I had to quit basketball. I did do one game after that. I tried out a game to see if I could do it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was over at St. Charles, and I knew there was no way because I didn't excuse me, I didn't like to. If I couldn't run up and down the floor,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's when there was just two guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to give it, and that's the one sport I liked the most.
As basketball.
Yeah.
Now you got into basketball. You also officiated volleyball. Did you do any other sports?
Softball.
Softball. Did you
Yeah.
do football at all?
No.
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 Okay, I didn't know because Clark,
There's
Clark
too
did
many
football.
rules. Too many rules in football.
So how long did you do softball?
Well, I did it. I can't remember when I started the years, but I had to have a AAA.
Mm.
Okay, so then I couldn't do too much because of if I would miss a ball. And
Right.
of course, I wore a chest protector, but
Yeah.
yeah, and then I can't remember how long I did that.
Okay.
Softball.
Now, you know Cindy Bice? Do you know Cindy Bice? She's a younger official. You may not have met her. But she was on the show, and she was telling us she was doing softball, and she was talking about all the equipment
Yeah.
that she had to buy.
The
She said it was
expense.
very
Oh,
expensive.
yeah.
Was it very expensive back when you started? It wasn't?
No, in fact, I bought a chest protector. I forget where I bought it. I bought it off in a sale. Somebody had, and that's the knee guards and stuff. No, I didn't.
Oh, she said nowadays to get all the equipment is about a $500 investment.
Yeah.
No. Well,
Right.
if you buy the shoes and
Right.
if you
Right.
buy
Because you got to have the uniform, the shoes, the protection.
yeah.
The mask.
Yeah.
All that
the
stuff.
mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought a good mask and I redid it because of it wore out, taken
okay.
off.
Yeah.
Oh.
All the
And then
the,
you have to have
padding.
two pairs of shoes. You have to have a behind the plate shoes and then
The
out-
field
the
shoes.
field shoes,
Field
right?
shoes,
So
yeah.
so that's $300 right there almost,
Yeah.
depending on what you
Well.
get.
Well, recruiting for softball might be a little challenging.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I did a lot of softball. And basically, that was the only varsity sport that I did.
Okay.
And
So you didn't do varsity in basketball?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I did JV and junior high.
Okay.
So you never wanted to do the higher levels? Why
No.
not?
No, because I wasn't really comfortable doing it. And
Okay.
I had enough problems with doing I was out to Dwyer, and the coach at that time, he came right out on the floor. And I just told him, I said, hey, you're too nice of a guy. I know who you are. I said, just get back out. If I made a mistake, I'll probably make another one before this game's over. but you know,
It won't be the
yeah,
last
but,
one, right?
But you'll be over there on the bench, right? I mean, that's just the way I used to do it.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
like that.
Yeah.
And that still cracks me up to this day. People yell at me, and I just look at them and go, that won't be the last time I'm going to mess up. I don't know what you're getting all your blood pressure up about.
And I used to be the worst fan in the world.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I would take my wife would go to a lot of games with me, and we used to go over to Indiana Tech when Bob Macy was there, because he's a good friend of ours. And she just didn't want to sit by me. She would go sit someplace.
So people didn't even know you were married when you went to the games.
No.
Wow.
No.
So looking back then, you said you got into it to make some extra money, and you did 3 different sports. What stands out besides that situation that happened with that coach? Give us a highlight, something that stood out in your career that it really stood out in your mind.
That one stood out in my mind the most.
And that was a JV game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, there was another time that I was doing softball out in Leo.
Okay.
And there was a fan who was kind of wild. This was a junior high game or summer ball.
Okay.
And he was yelling and screaming, and everything wasn't going his way. So I walked over to him and I told him, I said, hey, I said, if you don't settle down, I said, I'm going to have to eject you from the park.
From the park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had that kind of power.
Well, you can get him away from.
He said, you can't do that. And there was a lady sitting there. She said, yes, he can. And I never heard another word of it.
I wonder if that was his wife.
It could have been. It could have been his wife. You know? I don't. You know, some of the stuff is. I can't remember.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of things that, and I always had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was basically, the money really wasn't. It never did get very high.
Right.
While I was doing it, but. No, I just had a good time.
You know, when you think about officiating, I was telling somebody recently that once you get into it, it's in your blood.
Oh, yeah.
Either you're going to love it or you're just going to hate it.
Yeah.
But
once it gets in your blood, you're
then
you're there. You're
stuck.
You're committed.
You're committed the rest of whatever. And I think a lot of us wish we could do it longer than we can, and then we can't, because the body just won't let us do it forever.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, like the volleyball, it's just got to be too much for me. These kids are just too good.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask you, though, Dave, when did you discover, because a lot of officials, we talked about this, some of us just don't know when to quit.
Oh, I know when to quit.
But some guys don't.
I know, and that's too bad. I've run into a lot of them when I was doing it.
And we hurt the game when we don't quit, and we should.
Yeah.
And he's still doing it.
Oh, you know somebody in your mind.
Yes, I do.
Don't you mention his name.
No, I won't. But, yeah, he was bad when I wasn't doing it, and he still stayed bad. And he just thought he knew everything.
Yeah, I've worked with a few of those.
We've worked with a few of those.
And you probably worked with him.
Probably, if he's been around that long.
Yes.
So who are some of the, like you mentioned, some of the old heads that Dave Gentile. Now, Dave, he went as high as doing men's D1 college volleyball.
Correct.
And now he is what they call an observer.
Yeah,
with the
he became an observer with the IHSAA this year or maybe last
Him
year.
and another Steve Skiles, which we're going to have Steve on. Dave didn't want to come on. I'm not sure why. I think
he wouldn't
Dave, but I think Dave's just more of a quiet kind of guy.
Yes.
He likes to be behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Phil Tush.
I just worked with Phil Tush out at Blackhawk Christian the other day.
Now, Clark Hamilton, have you talked to him lately?
I don't think he's.
He is.
He is.
He's still with us.
He's still with us.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought maybe he passed away.
No.
Clark he came on our second show.
Yeah.
This will be episode 30. Clark came on our very second show, and he has since developed a lot of issues with his eyes. I think he's legally blind now, but still sharp as a tack. And
Oh,
we,
yeah.
we talk to him sometimes, and he'll give me feedback and pointers on some of the things that, you guys used to do back in the day. I'm going, yeah, Clark, we got to bring that back. He goes, no, young man, that's not coming back. Jay Larman, he's still
Yep.
out there.
Sure.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm working with Jay, I think, a couple times this season.
Yep, Jay's still.
Now, Dave Venderly, he did pass away
Dave
a few years
passed
ago.
about 2
that's
years
right.
ago.
He
Yes.
did, yeah.
But Dave, I think a couple of his sons became officials.
They
At least
did.
one.
I'm not sure that. I'm not sure if they're still active. I know his one son is a firefighter,
Mhm.
and so I think that's his primary focus. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
A lot of those guys are still.
Yeah,
still at it.
Dave Gentile, he's still working.
Yeah, Dave. I did a game with Dave last year. It was high school. He doesn't do
Mhm.
college anymore.
No, he doesn't. Yeah,
Right.
I knew he was into college. For a
Mhm.
while. But I
Dave-
used to see him at the credit union, at Three Rivers Credit
Uh-huh.
Union.
Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't have put that on here.
That's okay.
No,
Hey,
no big
Dave.
deal.
Yeah.
We want to get you on, Dave.
Yeah. We would love to get the veterans on.
Yeah.
And when I say veterans, I mean we're considered veterans, but I'm talking about the deep veterans like
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
We would love to get you guys because you guys got all the stories about how things used to be compared to today. Like for instance, some of the rules and points of emphasis. Can you remember back in the day, Dave, when there was some points of emphasis that didn't make much sense to you, but you had to call them?
Oh, I probably do, but I can't.
Nothing
I
stands
can't
out.
remember. No.
That's okay.
So back in the day, for basketball, did was it a rule that the kids had to have their jerseys tucked in?
Oh yeah, they did when I was
Okay.
referee.
So the rule is still there. You know, they're
Yeah, but
still
they
supposed
don't
to.
do it,
Yeah,
do
well, they do in my game, but
They do.
Oh, they do in their game.
They do this. They tuck in.
Oh, no,
tuck
no.
in-
Yeah, they tuck in like three spots.
I love
Yeah.
it when they do this. I'm like, tuck your jersey in, and they go.
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
no, tuck it in
Yeah.
your shorts.
Yeah, tuck-
Not-
yeah.
Now, back in the day, did they allow the girls to play volleyball with earrings?
No,
No,
They've allowed that now.
Yeah.
no, they do.
They
Oh,
just
yeah.
passed that rule. Others last
This year.
This year.
just this year.
So now, neck up, they can wear jewelry as long as it's not hoop earrings.
it has
can
to
be
be.
studs.
It's supposed to be a stud.
Yeah.
No loops, no hoops, no dangly stuff.
How about the things in the nose?
Yep, they can wear those. That's
but
about
not
anything
a
above
hoop.
the chin.
Not a hoop. They can't wear like
Yeah.
a hoop, but
They
they can
can't.
wear a stud. in
Okay,
there.
okay, I got
Yeah.
you. I
Yeah.
got you.
And you know, this generation, they poking themselves all over the place with
Right.
jewelry.
I know.
I was
know.
doing a volleyball game one day. Well, they were doing warm-ups, and the girl comes up to the captain's meeting, and she raises her shirt up and wipe her face, and I was like, "Go take that out."
So she had a belly ring.
She had a belly button ring in, so I was like, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I had a game recently. It was a basketball game, and I could only laugh. She come. I was the R, so I was in charge, and she. I see the girl. We're looking at her during warm ups, and I go over to her and I said, "All right, you gotta take those out." And she goes, "Oh, I just got them in." I said, "Okay, you need to take them out." She goes, "But I can't take them out." I said, "Okay, that's cool." She goes, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, you just can't play." So I walk away. The coach comes up to me and he says, she's got an issue with those. She can't take them out. I said, I get it. And he goes, well, what can she do? I said, she can have a seat on the bench. And he goes, really? I said, Coach, come on now, just between me and you. The season is just getting ready to start. Why would she come out here with those on? He goes, you're right. Good point. I'm glad you're sticking to your guns because I don't like it either. So miraculously, I looked over at the bench and I looked at her and she goes, the back of them, there's no stud. I said, okay, that's cool. We're going to play on. So I tossed the ball. We played. Next thing I know, about into the first quarter, she comes into the game. And I looked at her. I said, come here. She had tape on. And she tried to tape the first time. And I said, no. The rule is no jewelry. She goes, but it's tape. I said, I get that. And thank you for covering up. Now I have a seat. She comes back in the first quarter, and she's got tape on. And I looked at her, I said, come here. And she, what? I said, come here. She comes up. I said, what's going on? Oh, it's just tape. I said, yeah, you had tape on before. She said, it's not really tape. It's a bandage because it's bleeding. I said, okay, we'll play. Now, it's miraculous to me when these kids say, well, I can't play. I can't take them out. That's fine. You don't have to take them out. You
you just can't play.
Yeah, that tape stuff used to really get me.
Yeah.
Like you said, why didn't you wait this long?
Yeah.
You
Why
know,
would you get
The
your
season's
ears
getting ready to
pierced?
start. Why would you do it
yes,
now?
Yeah.
It's just no thinking in that
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
So what do you think about the need of officials? Do you think that there's more officials that are needed in sports, or
Oh,
you
yeah.
think that we got enough?
I think so. Because in my estimation, what I've seen, some of them have to be replaced, or they should be replaced. And I'm talking from the young kids up to the college kids. Now, I don't know if you saw it, but this summer ball,
Mm-hmm.
they got in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The guy, and
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
I was bad, but I was never that bad, or I was going to go, because most of the guys are bigger than me.
So you just make sure you didn't tick anybody
Yeah,
off.
I
huh?
just yell. I would yell and scream, and I did get thrown out of a game once
Oh, okay.
as a fan, and it was at the old Northside gym. This is years ago.
Now, was this before you were officiating or while you were
Yes,
officiating?
no, I was
Long
in high
before.
school.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh.
yeah. And I threw a empty sack of popcorn.
He
And
was bad.
They came and got me and took me out in the hall, and they said, you can't go back in the gym anymore. But that's how bad I was. And that's
And your wife was there at the game going,
no. This was when I was in high school.
oh, okay.
This was way before, and I.
And you didn't
continued.
learn your lesson?
Oh no.
Oh.
They
So why
didn't-
were you so animated about it? I
I
mean,
have no idea. I just didn't think they were doing the right thing. Besides, I got into the games. And
hmm So once you became an official, did you settle down in your?
Oh yeah, I never.
attitude?
Oh yes, I never yelled at any.
Why do you think you settled down? What made you?
I could just tell what I was doing. Sometimes I made a mistake,
Okay.
and I wasn't going to admit to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But I just had learned my lesson over the years.
Yeah.
I was 55,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
So you matured a little bit, huh?
oh yeah, the kid years were over. Yeah.
Well, and I think it helps, because before I got into officiating, I was coaching. And of course, as a coach, you always think the officials are, bad or out to get you, especially if you lose. Like, oh, well, it was the referee. They made that bad call. Yeah, well, we don't take into consideration. Now that I'm an official, I look back and I think, well, we didn't take into consideration how many free throws our kids missed or how many times they turned the ball over. We didn't take those types of things, how many bad shots they took.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's something, now that I've been officiating so long, I realize, we, people say that we control the game, that we dictate the outcome of the game. And that's not really a reality. The reality is
No.
the kids and the coach dictates that. I mean, even the coach, to some degree, is not necessarily responsible, other than making sure the kids are trained properly, making sure that they're in shape. But I mean, he can't make the shots for the kids. He can't not turn the ball over or make great passes for the kids. But even the coach has some responsibility on who he subs.
Correct.
Who he's got in the game at key moments. And things like that. So when they say it's us, it's like, okay, my one bad call to your how many missed layups and free throws and I don't think I created that outcome.
Yeah. No.
So
No.
So Dave, what else stands out in your mind in all the sports you've done? You say you've forgotten a lot of stuff, but you remember a lot of stuff.
Well, I remember a few things, but I just I can't remember all that stuff.
Well, what was your favorite thing about officiating overall?
My favorite thing
about it overall?
I thought that I did a good. Well, just like I told you about the one coach
Mm-hmm.
that came out on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I think I taught him a lesson.
mm-hmm.
Really, and
Yeah.
I never. When the ball goes up
Mm-hmm.
in the air,
Mm-hmm.
they start.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just let them go, and you know, sometimes I would say something to them, nothing really bad, but you know, what can you say while you're out doing the job?
Yeah.
And like you said, you know, I didn't make the outcome of that game.
Right. Who was one of your favorite people to work games with? Because I know back then you guys had like a crew. Like a lot of times you'd work with the same person over and over again, but now they mix us all up. So
I don't think, and I can't remember. Based really, I just can't remember who I really. I always, except that one guy. I told you before. I didn't want to work with him.
Okay.
And I have worked with him,
Okay.
but just a few times. Outside of that, I liked working with Phil. I liked, you know, and Jay. He was funny, and
yeah, they're good guys. I like working with them.
Yeah, they are good guys.
So Dave, what did you do for a living? What was your full-time job?
Let's see.
Because you just did officiating part-time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I. What did you ask?
What was your full-time job? What did you do
full
for?
time?
Yeah.
At that time, I worked for the gas company. NIPSCO.
NIPSCO.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
What'd you do for them?
I was a dispatcher.
Oh, you were in charge.
Oh yeah.
He said, "Oh,
yeah."
I had a car too, and I used to. That's the reason I would use the car to go to my ball games.
Oh.
And
They let you do that?
Yeah.
You weren't supposed to do that.
No, I was
They
on
didn't care?
call. I was on call.
Oh.
So I would have to stop and go do something. But I had a lady that she used to. I tell her that I had a game,
Okay.
and she would take my job, but she wouldn't take my car. But she would be on call instead of me.
Oh.
You know, so that's the way it worked out.
I think back then it was easier to be an official than it is now. I think it was. It was more flexible.
Oh yeah.
And now it's gotten to be. That's probably part of the reason a lot of the veterans are getting out of it, because it's gotten to be so confusing and just it's more difficult now. Because before we had to get our own games, because I came in about 30 years ago, and we had to get our own games, and we get our own partners, and we would call a school, get the AD, and we would go. Now you got assigners, and they could put you with somebody you don't know. You don't know how to work with them. You got to figure it out.
Oh yeah, that was another reason that I did the assigner baloney.
Yeah, everything's online now.
Yes, if you didn't, if you weren't a good friend of his, you know, and I was used to the getting my own, getting my own,
going to the schools.
Yeah, and I knew most of the ADs,
Right.
And you know, they knew me, I knew them.
Right.
No problem.
I think they're trying to mainstream, or what is it called, mainstreaming?
Yeah.
I think that's what they're up to. But the problem is, and I had another official tell me one time that he feels like the relationships have been destroyed between officials and athletic directors. And so in mainstreaming things and trying to put everything online for efficiency, I don't think it's as efficient as it used to be.
Yep.
I don't think the system is better. And I had one guy tell me one time, he goes, "Well, Crane, you can complain all you want to, but the assigners are here to stay, and you just got to get used to it." And I just looked at him like, I wasn't complaining about the assigners. I was complaining about the efficiency that we think is there because of the assigners. But there's some schools who are still hanging on. We work with some schools. Norwell. That's one school. The AD, he still does old-fashioned calls and text and mainly phone calls and emails. So some schools are still holding out, but I think overall the system is trying to go online.
In fact, now that you mentioned, I just saw a guy the other night at Halls, Andy Johns.
I know that name.
He was a Dwanger.
Yeah.
He was a Dwanger
I know that
for
name.
years.
Yeah.
And then I had Kenny Etchison at
That was my coach.
in New Haven.
Yeah, he was my coach at.
Oh yeah,
He's my basketball coach at Elmhurst.
yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I can say that now. Yeah. But
Now, is he still in town? Because I heard he had moved down to Florida.
I think he moved to Florida.
Okay.
I think he did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're. She's telling me we're about wound up here. You got anything extra you want to?
Oh no, this is in fact. You really made me feel at home.
Good.
I was a little. I didn't know what to do. You know,
We told you we were going to take care of it.
Yeah,
You're part of the officiating crew.
I'm one of the old timers.
Well,
Yeah.
I gotta say,
I'm an old timer too.
I was super excited to run into you over at Blackhawk because we were over there doing the middle school, one of the middle school tournament games a couple weeks ago, and when I saw you come in, I was like, oh, we got to get him on the podcast.
Yeah, she did. She was excited.
We have done a couple games.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
Years
So-
ago.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say how old you are.
Now I got to ask, when you watched us do that game, because that was the city.
He didn't yell at us at all.
He didn't yell at us, but I want to know, how did I do? Because I was the up official on that. How did I do?
You did good.
I did good?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did okay, right?
Yeah, you did.
I did okay.
Fair. No, you both did fantastic. Oh,
Well, you know, all the
that-
girls run in and, oh my God, he's my favorite official.
That's only because I have a lot of fun.
That's
with
only
it.
because he
Well,
makes them jump up and
that's
give high
right.
fives.
Yeah, I just have a lot of
Yeah.
fun. I think
Yeah.
I think the thing that's missing in sports nowadays is adults make it so serious. These kids don't have fun anymore.
Yep.
So when I walk in, I'm like, look, let's just have some fun. They look at me. We're gonna have some fun.
Especially
up
at
in
that
here.
age. middle
Okay,
school.
I'm going to give you one last thing that,
Okay.
that
Okay.
I used to do in softball. I would always tell a catcher something. I would always make him relax, and I'd say, "You hustle in and out. I got a date with a stripper tonight." Okay, so I went, and it was down at Heritage.
I may have to use that one.
Do not use that now.
That's good.
That back in the day, he could get away with that. You cannot get away with that. Do not use that.
And then the AD come down the next game I had down there, and he thought maybe it was the guy that was the janitor that used to use it, and he said, and I could hear the girls giggling, because the catcher once went back and told them. Well, then the coach, he reported me, and I said no. I said I'm going to do that all the time. I'm just to make them relax.
But you know what, though? I'm glad you said that, because I found that when I joke with some of these coaches, it's like they can't take a doggone joke.
Yeah.
No,
I just look at
no.
them like, dude, that was a joke. Get over it. Oh, well, you can't talk like that. Well, obviously I can't talk like that to you, you stuffy son of a whatever. But I didn't say anything. He's a son of a nice mother.
Yes. All right.
All right, so let's go ahead and do some advertisements
All
about
right.
what's coming up. Well, not advertisements, but I guess announcements.
So we do have our Hoosier 3-on-3 tournament coming up.
Yep.
December 31st, New Year's Eve.
And we got little flyers.
We have little
too.
flyers,
little
too.
bitty flyers.
We will be holding this tournament at Turnstone, so get registered, Hoosier3on3.com. We also
New Year's Eve.
Yes. We also have our referee training school. Classes will be posted
I'll
online
make a good Vanna.
shortly. You can check that out at reftrainingschool.com. That's the back. I don't know if you can copy a QR code from a video, but there you go.
I don't think so.
I don't know how that works.
But we also have our T-shirts that we've
Yep,
been
we have
showing
T-shirts
everybody.
and sweatshirts.
So we want everybody to be wearing T-shirts that say,
Ref
I didn't
junkie.
show the back.
No, you didn't. Trust the process.
Trust the process. Whatever, something. We'll show it next time. But, so just to let you guys know, these shows are always on, and we just want to make people more aware of the officiating world. I want to thank you, the
Thank you
great
so much.
My
Dave
pleasure.
Stratton, for coming on and joining us. One of the old heads. Ooh. All right, so thanks for joining us again, folks. We'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks again for listening to Ref Time, powered by reftrainingschool.com and Hoosier3on3.com. Produced by Coraggio Media, Ref Time is recorded in WELT Studios in beautiful downtown Fort Wayne, Indiana.
To join RTS, visit reftrainingschool.com. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Until next time.